Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, Radhe Radhe, Jai Hind. So I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, Mohit. Good evening, Asrar. Okay, so I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. I am quite good. I hope all of you are also doing well. Okay, so we met last time, I think, on Thursday. Friday we didn't have a session, but today and in this week we will have sessions on all 5 days. And in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, the first one topic which we are going to discuss is about this one situation of cloud burst in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so this is our first topic which we are going to discuss. It has been continuously there in the news, and especially with respect to prelims, now it has become a very important topic. That what exactly is cloud burst? What are the regions which are more susceptible to cloud burst? The second topic which we are going to see is about India and European Union cooperation in space. Now you know that the things are changing all over the world with a new president in US, with the changing global dynamics. Now European Union is looking out for new partners, and European Union is now trying to pursue its relation with India in another dimension, that is space technology. In the past, we have collaboration with part of Russia also. We have collaboration with US also. We have collaboration with Japan also. Even we have collaboration separately with French agencies also from time to time. But we didn't have any such collaboration with European Space Agency. Now Europe is also looking for its partner across the world, and in that context, this one topic is there. Okay. Then we have another thing. There is a wildlife sanctuary in India, that is Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is there in this part of Madhya Pradesh, and on this in this area, in this wildlife sanctuary, cheetahs have been reintroduced. Okay, like 2 cheetahs have been reintroduced, and many more of them are going to come again from portions of Africa. So this is one important area, Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. And then there is one topic, crop estimation using crop. So what is this? We will also see that what is crop and how we are using crop estimation using the crop. So we will try to discuss these topics in today's class. Okay. Now, before we start the topic, let's see some questions. In the last session, we have talked about the Mansarovar range. We have seen that India and China are going to have this relation in Mansarovar also. Like Mansarovar trip and all other things can be organized now, Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. So in that context, we have this one question. Consider the following: Kailash range, Karakoram range, Pir Panjal and Shivalik range. Arrange the above from south to north. Like what is the correct order of them from south to north? So this is the topic, this is the question for today, the first question. Arrange them from south to north. What should be the correct order? This is the first question. Now, you all have read geography, so you may have gone through the map and all. So think about this, that when we are talking about the ranges of Himalaya, there are different ranges like Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar range, Kailash range. Then we have Great Himalayan range also, Pir Panjal also, and Shivalik also. So these are the ranges of Himalaya. So in that context, which one is correct? D option. So I think most of the people are going for option number D. Okay. So I think that everyone knows. So that's quite surprising that you all have given the correct answer. If we look at this, of course, in the southernmost portion, we have the range which is called as Shivalik. After this, we have the middle range which is also called as Peer Panjal in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Then we have the Great Himalayan Range. Then we have this Great Himalayan Range. After that, you will find that there are different ranges starting from Jaskar. Then we have the Ladakh range, and then we have also Kailas range. So Kailas range is there, then Ladakh range is there. Apart from this, on the upper side, we have the Karakoram range. Okay. So if you look at the entire ranges, we have Jaskar, Ladakh, the eastern extension is called as Kailas, and then we have the Karakoram range. Lower to that, we have the Great Himalayan Range, then we have Peer Panjal Range, and then we have Shivalik. So this is the entire pattern of ranges of Himalaya. So that is correct answer 4, 3, 1 and 2. Shivalik, Peer Panjal, then we have Kailash and Karakoram. Okay. Now, coming to the second question, with reference to Chief Justice of India, consider the following statement. The CJI is appointed by the President of India under Article 124 of the Constitution. There is a fixed tenure of 5 years for the Chief Justice of India. Which of them are correct? So this is comparatively easy question, even though last one also you have all given correct answer. So this is question number 2 with reference to Chief Justice of India. So here I think everyone can give the correct answer. Yes. So I guess in this all of you can give the correct answer. It is going to be option number A. Okay. So yes, here we have option number A. The CJI is appointed by the President of India under this Article 124, and there is a fixed tenure. That is incorrect statement. So there is nothing like fixed tenure of the CJI. So this second statement is incorrect. First one is correct. So answer will be option number A. Okay. Now coming to question number 3. Consider the following statement. National Green Tribunal, Central Groundwater Authority and Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. Sorry. The question is how many of them, the question is this, how many of them are established? How many of them are established under Environment Protection Act 1986. How many of them are established under Environment Protection Act 1986? So there is a change in the question. How many of them are established under the provisions of Environment Protection Act 1986? So which one will be correct? How many of them have been established under the provisions of Environment Protection Act 1986? A option, only one. Okay, B option also, A option also. B option. Okay, so now if we look at this, the National Green Tribunal, this one body, it has been established under the provisions of NGT Act. Okay, this has been established under provision of NGT Act. The Central Groundwater Authority, it is established under provisions of EPA 1986, and this one under Wildlife Protection Act. This one is under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay. So here the answer is going to be option number A. It is not going to be B, it is going to be option number A, because the NGT is through NGT Act of 2010. Then we have this Central Groundwater Authority under EPA 1986 and Wildlife Crime Control Bureau under the provision of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The answer here will be option number A, that is only one. Okay. So I hope that part is clear. Okay. So this is the first part that we have got the three questions. Now you also know that today is Civil Services Day. Okay. Now before we talk about the topic, there is one important thing. Today is Civil Services Day. So tell me one thing first. Why do you want to become a civil servant? Before we start this, today we have the Civil Servant Day also. So tell me your part. Why do you want to become a civil servant? Why do you want to become one? Like, what is the reason? Why do you want to become a civil servant? What is the motivation of it? Like, what is the spirit? What is the motivation? What is the guiding factor that you have decided that you have to crack this examination? You have to become a civil servant. Why do you desire to become a civil servant? Or you have not given it any thought? कि चलो एग्जाम देकर देखते हैं, जैसा होगा फिर डिसाइड करेंगे. So what's your reason of becoming civil servant? No answer yet. It's a proof to yourself that you can do something. Anything else? Why do you want to be a civil servant? That is the question. I am not going to judge you. Like, you can give any option. You can give any option. You can say secure job also. But don't say about the other like benefits which you get. That once you are becoming a civil servant, then you have nothing to worry about. For having power and money. Okay. How are you going to get the money from becoming a civil servant? सामाजिक समानता लाने के लिए. Okay. So you want to do something good for the people around you. Okay, Muskan? So think about this. Okay. Education and health में सुधार लाने के लिए. Okay. Good. Like, there is one answer from Ritu, to have power and money. You know, civil servants are get very few amount of money. Like, of course, the 8th pay commission is going to be applicable now in upcoming days. But if you compare the salary of IAS officers, so that is quite low. That is one part. Yes, if you have power, you can change many things. You can change many things in the society. That is true. You can say that wise use of the money. You can say wise use of money. That is one thing which you can say that, okay, I will help in utilizing the money wisely. Chalo, so think about this question. Today's Civil Services Day. Why I'm asking this? Why I'm asking this? Sometimes you are feeling this kind of demotivated. Nowadays, there is a entire demand of continuous motivation. Many a times, many of you are saying that there is lack of motivation. So there is a need of motivational videos or motivational things. So I'm asking you, just for this part, that try to find that motivation within yourself. The outer motivations are just for a few minutes. That motivation for becoming a civil servant or for cracking this examination should come from within you. Okay, it should come from within you. It should not be the outward factors. Okay, that if you listen to a song and then it motivates you for 10 minutes, you are reading one topic. Then after 10 minutes, you need another motivation, and then you depend on people so that they can give you continuous motivation. So try to find that inner motivation, like it should come from within you. It should not come from any YouTube video or any quotes or slogans or anything. It should come from within you, that why do you want to do this thing? Why do you want to crack the examination? Why do you want to become a civil servant? If you have to succeed, you don't have to see the success stories. Okay, that is also quote. Okay, so if you have to succeed, you don't have to see the success stories. You have to create one. Okay, so this is one part. Let's start with this cloudburst topic. Okay, this is the topic which we are going to see in today's session. First thing is, what is cloudburst? Okay, now start focusing here. Let's talk about this part. What is cloudburst actually? Okay, so if we talk about its definition, like the definition of cloudburst, what do we call as cloudburst? What do we call as cloudburst? So cloudburst is something, it's like a rainfall of 10 centimeter over an area of 10 square kilometer within 1 hour. Okay, if there is a rainfall, okay, if there is a rainfall of 10 centimeter in an area of 10 square kilometer and time within 1 hour, so this is what we call as cloudburst. So cloudburst is not something like cloud is bursting, it is cracking and anything. Cloudburst simply refers to the rainfall of 10 centimeter in an area of 10 square kilometer within 1 hour. Okay, or it can also be like 5 centimeter into 5 square kilometer within 30 minutes. So sometimes that is also classified as cloudburst. Okay, so cloudburst is defined properly. This is the main definition, that rainfall of 10 centimeter over 10 square kilometer within 1 hour, that is cloudburst. Now the question is, what is the reason behind it? Like, what is the reason behind this cloudburst? Okay, why do we have this cloudburst? Now you know that generally when we talk about the clouds, okay, they can be formed in two situations. One, there is convectional rise. One, there is rise of the winds from the ground, or it can also be along a mountain. Like suppose that there can be rise of the winds along this mountain, and it can also lead to formation of cloud. Okay, so you know that cloud can be formed in both these conditions. Of course, there is frontal cloud formation also, but we don't have to see that. Okay, in India, we see that there is one thing orographic rainfall, there is another thing convectional rainfall. Now in both these situations, when we are going to have a cloudburst, when we are going to get this cloudburst, normally you see that these airs, they are going to rise up. We see that if we are talking about cloud formation, if we see cloud formation, so we see that there is rise of air. There is rise of air, it cools down, it forms cloud, and from cloud there is precipitation, means rainfall. So this is the normal pattern. We see that there is rise of air, it cools down, forms the cloud, there is rainfall. So this is the normal pattern. But what we see that in case of cloud burst, in the second category, the rise of air is there. Rise of air, it tries to cool down. It tries to cool down. But then again rise of powerful air. Means this is trying to cool down, this is trying to come down, but in the same situation, what we see that there is other air which is pushing it further high. There is fresh supply of air or warm air which is pushing it higher, which is increasing the density of this cloud, which is increasing the density of cloud. These droplets, they were about to fall down. They were about to fall down, but they have been pushed again. Okay. So here what we see that the water droplet or the ice, it is being pushed above. Okay. This is being pushed above. So what will happen that due to this pushing factor, now there will be very high saturation. There will be very high saturation. And then a time will come when this will no longer be able to hold this water. When it will be no longer able to hold this water. Recently, there was Holi. And during Holi, you may have seen, we have this now the new culture of water balloons. We are having this new culture of water balloons. Okay. So what do? First, we are filling the water into the water balloons. Now, it has a certain capacity that, let us say, it can take 300 ml of water. But then you keep on pushing on water and water there. Okay. If you keep on pushing the water inside it, then after a certain limit, the balloon will simply burst and the entire water will come down. The entire water will come down. The same situation happens here also in the cloud. That we are providing this enormous supply, continuous supply of water vapor. This will make this cloud super saturated. And after a certain period of time, the cloud will not be able to hold the water any longer and there will be enormous downpour throughout the area. Okay. So this is what thing which we see as the cloud burst. This is something which we see as cloud burst, that how the cloud bursts are caused in our areas. Now in which areas, where you will find that these things are very common. Okay. Where this is common. Where this is common. Normally you will find that in the mountain regions. In the mountain regions, you will find that this is very much common. In the mountain regions, this is going to be very much common. Okay. Why? There is continuous movement of the wind. There is continuous rise of the wind, and this rise of the wind can push the clouds further higher. So in mountain zones, there is higher chance of this cloud burst. So what we see that in Himachal Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, in Jammu and Kashmir, in regions of Sikkim, in regions of Arunachal Pradesh, in parts of Meghalaya, in parts of Nagaland, these locations are prominently having this cloud burst. Okay. At the same time, in regions of the Western Ghat, like for example Kerala, Karnataka or Maharashtra, there also we can experience these cloud bursts. Okay. So the areas which are more vulnerable, you can see the mountain states, like from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, and in this side from Maharashtra to Kerala. These are the areas which are highly susceptible, to this cloud burst. Now in Meghalaya also, even if we talk about Meghalaya, in Meghalaya you will find that there are many hilly ranges. In Meghalaya also you will find that many hilly ranges are there. In Mizoram also the Mizo hills are there. They are the prominent hills. So in this region also you can experience the cloud burst. Okay. So normally these are the states where we are having enormous amount of cloud burst. Okay. Now there is a challenge with them. And that is prediction. these cloud bursts are not easy to predict. In fact, there is no such information that cloud burst is going to occur over a particular area. Okay. So cloud bursts are intense events, local events, and instant events. Okay. So they are instantaneous, they are local. And most of the ground-based observations or even satellite-based observations are not able to detect the formation of these clouds or the possibility of having a cloud burst. Okay. So even the satellite-based or ground-based, they are not able to detect the formation of cloud burst. So that's why wherever we are having cloud burst, it is causing enormous damage to life and property. So this is the first part. In Jammu and Kashmir, we have recently seen, as you can see, there is cloud burst in Jammu and Kashmir, and it has led to death of multiple people. Okay. So that is first part, what is cloud burst, how they are caused, and where they are more impactful. Okay. Now, cloud burst, can you tell me what else can be there? What else impact can be there of cloud burst? What other disasters can also accompany these cloud bursts? What other disasters can be there? Like if we are talking about the cloud burst, what other disasters associated with this? Can you tell me what other disasters can be associated with the cloud burst? What other challenges can be there? Like what else can be caused due to the cloud burst? Flood, yes, flood is there. Landslides can also be there. So we can see that, of course, there is one problem. There can be flood. Okay, there can also be landslides in these regions. There can be landslides in these regions. In these regions, if there is any such hydropower projects, so they can also be destroyed, and that destruction of hydropower projects can further cause more and more flooding. Okay, so what we see that destruction of dam. There is also one thing, glacial lake outburst flood. Glacial lake outburst. This can also happen. If there is a glacial lake, it can have more pressure due to the huge amount of rainfall which may occur over this region. So glacial lake outburst can also be caused. There can be flood also, landslide also, destruction of dam also. So these things can also follow with the cloud burst. Okay. So cloud bursts are not coming as a single problem. They are bringing much more like devastating problems for the regions. Okay. So in recent times, we have seen Uttarakhand has faced this, Himachal has faced this, Jammu and Kashmir, Sikkim last time. Okay. And even Wayanad, the other regions, they have also seen these cloud bursts. Okay. So this is first part. The second topic which we are going to discuss is India and European Union cooperation in space. Okay. So this is one part, that European Union is now trying to partner with India. Okay. Why? Why the European Union is trying to partner? Let us try to understand this part. Okay. That why the European Union? Why European Union has become all interested? Can you give me some region? Can you give me some region other than the US factor? Okay, I am giving you this one part, US factor. Okay, since US and European Union are on a break, they are on a break now. So now, of course, European Union is looking for new partners. But what else is the region? Why is European Union seeking to form a space-based relation with India? Or with other countries also? What is the region? Okay. See, there is one factor, that is US factor. which I think all of you know. Okay. There is another factor, and that factor is the rise of debris, rise of space debris, rise of space debris. Okay. You may have seen that the space debris, they have increased too much in number. They are causing huge challenges for the entire satellite system and everything. So this is one factor. European Union is also suffering this problem of space debris, and this requires global cooperation to get rid of the space debris. The third important factor is the challenges of anti-satellite weapons. The challenges of anti-satellite weapons, ASAT, or anti-satellites. Okay. So anti-satellites are missiles, or anti-satellites are rocket launch vehicles which can destroy a potential, which can destroy any such satellite there or any such communication network over there. So now there are four countries. There are four countries with this ASAT capabilities. One is of course United States. Second is Russia now. Okay. Third is of course China. And from 2019 it is India. Okay. So these countries are having the anti-satellite weapons, means they can destroy any satellite in the space. All of them have already tested it. All of them have already done it in the past. So there is a rise of space debris, challenges of anti-satellite weapons. The fourth factor is the rise of ISRO. Rise of ISRO's capability. ISRO is one of the most powerful and most successful space agencies of the world. We have been to the Mars also, we have been to the moon also, we have our own navigation system also, we have launched solar probe also, and we are planning many more things like X-ray polarimetry is also there. We are also trying to have our own space station over there. We are having to have a lunar mission also, or humans on moon also. Okay, so we have got a series of programs which shows that ISRO's capability is rising. So that is also one of the reasons. Then the fifth factor. What is the fifth factor? The fifth factor is this space can also deepen India-European Union relation. Okay, so deepening India and European Union relations. So these are the five factors which you can see that why European Union is trying to have a better relations especially in space with India. Okay. Now the second part, why or what benefit we have? What benefit does India have? Like why India should also think about having a relation here? Why India should also think about it? Now you can think about some answers of this also. Why do we also want a relation with European Union? Why we are ready to have some space-based relation? Okay. What possible advantages can be there for India? What can be the possible advantages, both in terms of strategy, in terms of policy and technology? Like how it is going to be strategically important, policy wise and all, how it is going to be technologically important for us. Okay, technology aspect, funding, fine. See, if we look at this, European Space Agency, this has already have the like various missions beyond Earth. It has already got various missions beyond Earth. So this will be part of technological significance. So there is going to be the technical significance. We can get the help from there. Okay. European Space Agency, they have got several missions beyond Earth. They have got several missions beyond Earth also. So this is going to help us in understanding or sending our satellites, sending our missions to beyond Earth, like Mars. Then we can go to Jupiter. Then we have the Shukriyan also coming up. Okay. So this is one part where we can have that experience. Second thing is in this aspect, if we talk about the European Space Agency, there is another part, that is collaboration option, collaboration and funding option, collaboration and funding option. So this is also opening us. I think there should be a science and tech class, but I will have to confirm it from the team. Okay, if it will be there, it will be visible in your portal. I think there should be one class today. Okay, so this is one part, collaboration and funding option. The third thing is, if we are looking at European Space Agency, also opportunity for India-EU deal or a strategic partnership. India-European Union strategic partnership. Okay. देखो, when you are trying to become a friend, you have to choose first of all the least controversial thing. आपको सबसे पहले वो चीज चुनना है जो least controversial है, and the least controversial field is the space technology. Okay. In the space tech sector, it is the least controversial. There is also controversy. The controversy is with respect to the anti-satellite weapons, that India is having that anti-satellite weapon capability. So European Union is strictly against that. But then European Union is also like trying to change its rule or policy on that regard. Okay. So here what we see, that this is providing an opportunity for at least like taking that step to becoming more closer to European Union. So this is also one of the advantage for India-European Union partnership. So in terms of technology also, in terms of collaboration and funding option also, and even in terms of India-EU strategic partnership. So on all these fronts, India can also gain from this India-European Union space relation. So I hope this part is clear, what can be there, what can be the benefit for us also to collaborate with European Union. Okay. So this is the second aspect. Now, coming to the third topic, but let's see some questions. Before we go into that, let's see some questions. There is this one. Let's see a few questions and then we will come to the next topic. This is one question. Cloudy nights are warmer compared to clear cloudless night because clouds prevent cold waves from a sky from descending on Earth, reflect back heat given off by Earth, produce heat and radiate it towards Earth, absorb heat from the atmosphere and send it towards Earth. So why we have warm cloudy nights? What is the reason? Why cloudy nights are warmer as compared to the cloudless nights? Why cloudy nights are warmer? D option. All points seem to be similar. Then also you have to find the answer. This is the main part. See, when we talk about the cloudy nights, suppose this is our earth. So our earth, when the sunlight is coming over here, some portion of it is absorbed. Some portion of it is going to be absorbed and then it is radiated back. Let me show it with a different color. This is the radiated light. But when they are getting radiated, the clouds which are there or even the greenhouse gases which are there, they are going to absorb this. They are going to absorb these lights and then they are going to send it back towards the earth. They are going to send it back towards the surface of earth. Okay. They are going to send it back towards the surface of earth. So that's why what we see that during the cloudy nights, they absorb heat from the atmosphere and send it towards the earth. Okay. So it is absorbing the heat from the atmosphere. It is absorbing the heat from the atmosphere and it is sending back. No, it is not reflection. It is not reflection. It is first absorption. Even the cloud absorb it and send it back. The clouds absorb it and send it back. It is not reflecting. It reflects the sunlight. It reflects the sunlight. It doesn't reflect the heat by the earth. It absorbs them and radiates them back towards the earth. That's why it is warmer. Okay. So this is one part. The answer is option number D. Now, there is one more question which I will ask you. Okay. So what we see here, which one of the following is a region why astronomical distances are measured in light years? I think we have seen this question earlier also, but let's see this once again. Which one of the following is a region why astronomical distances are measured in light years? Okay. First thing is, distances among stellar bodies do not change. Gravity of stellar bodies do not change. Light always travel in a straight line. Speed of light is always same. So why do we measure the astronomical distances in light years? We say that then there is going to be a class. If class is not scheduled, it is going to be scheduled. There is going to be a class in the crash course today. We will have a class of science and technology. If it is not scheduled, it is going to be scheduled within the next 10 to 15 minutes. We will have a class. So what will be the answer here? Which one of the following is a region why astronomical distances are measured in light years? D option. So I think all of you have gone through this question earlier also. We have seen this question in the past as well. Okay. Yes, here the answer is option number D. This one is not correct. You may have seen there is a concept called as gravitational lensing. There is a concept called as gravitational lensing. So light doesn't always travel in a straight line. But when we talk about the astronomical distances, means we are talking about the speed in the space. So in the space where there is vacuum, the speed of light is always same. In the space where there is vacuum, the speed of light is always going to be same. That is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. So here the answer is option number D. Okay. Now, so we have this one topic, Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. So it is there in Madhya Pradesh region. And in Madhya Pradesh region, we are going to have the introduction of, first of all, we have seen introduction of 2 cheetahs here. Okay. 2 cheetahs have been introduced in this area of Madhya Pradesh. And in future, many more of them are going to be brought from Africa to be introduced in these regions. Okay. So let us talk about this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. If we talk about this one, this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, it is there in Mandsaur and Nimach district of Madhya Pradesh. It is there in the Malwa Plateau region and it is located on this Chambal river. So what you have to generally see, first you have to see the location. The location is there in the northern part of, you can see this map also. Here we have the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is in the northern part of Madhya Pradesh. Here what you will find that this is Mandsaur and Nimach region, districts of Madhya Pradesh. It lies within this Malwa Plateau region and the river which is here is Chambal river. Okay. So we have this Gandhi Sagar dam also here. Gandhi Sagar dam on this river. And in this region, what we see that there is presence of the grasslands and dry deciduous forest. It is Madhya Pradesh, so there will be dry deciduous forest only. Okay. If you look at this, Khair, Salai, Kardhai, these are famous. Okay. So these are the famous trees which are found in this Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. And you can see the map. Earlier we were having it in Kuno. This is the area of Kuno. This location is the Kuno Wildlife Sanctuary and this location is Gandhi Sagar. This location is Gandhi Sagar. So in these two locations we are having this introduction of cheetah. But there is one more place where we are going to have the breeding center of cheetah, and that is there the Banni grasslands. That is there the Banni grasslands in Gujarat. Banni grasslands in the Kutch district. In the Kutch district of Gujarat. Tell me one unique thing about Banni grassland. Tell me any one information about this Banni grassland. Like why this Banni grassland is famous? Why do we have this Banni grassland as a famous area? Kuno, you know that Kuno is very much famous because first time we have got the introduction of cheetah here in India. Now the second introduction site is that of the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. Now this Banni grassland, this is a region for the breeding center of cheetah. Means they will be giving rise to the new cheetahs, the new baby cheetahs will be there. The cubs will be there and then they will be released in the wild in other areas. So why this Banni grassland is very famous? You can give me one or two reasons why this Banni grassland is famous. Yes, it is the largest grassland of entire Asia. Okay, that is true. It is largest grassland of Asia. So if you look at this, this is largest grassland of Asia. There is a particular community, Maldhari community. Maldhari community is there and they have a special cow breed. They have a special breed, Kankraj. Kankraj. So this is giving milk of 10 liters per day and they were the supplier of milk to the royal families. They were supplying the milk to the royal families. So Maldhari community is very famous here. They have a special breed, Kankraj. So Kankraj are very powerful creatures, very powerful cattle, and they give 10 liters per day. But the quality of milk is quite good. They used to supply this to the royal families in the ancient times. Okay. The Banni grasslands is that one region in this part of Gujarat. Okay. Now there is one question which I have for you for cheetah. But before that, see this part. When we talk about the African cheetah which we are introducing in India, the African cheetah which we have introduced in India, what we see that there is around 7,000 cheetahs which are present in the wild. And in case of Asiatic cheetah, we see that there is less than 100 cheetahs and they are found in the regions of Iran. Okay. Although many people say that now it is even less than 40. Okay. Then on the other side, if we talk about the African cheetah, they are much more bigger as compared to the Asiatic cheetah. Okay. Asiatic cheetahs are generally small, okay, and like they have long neck, they are smaller in size. Okay. Now, if we look at the IUCN status, the African cheetah is vulnerable, whereas the Asiatic cheetah is critically endangered. Because you can see there is less than 40 Asiatic cheetah in the world. So they are critically endangered. Whereas the African cheetah, which we have also introduced in India, it is listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List. Okay. So that is also one part. The cheetahs in India, they are African cheetah, they are not Asiatic cheetah. Okay. So this is one portion about cheetah. Now see this question. Consider the following statements regarding cheetah in India. First statement is Asiatic cheetah are found nowhere in the world. African cheetah has been brought in India from equatorial countries of Africa, and among the big cats, the roar of cheetah is loudest. Means the roar of the cheetah is loudest among all the big cats. Big cats means like we have tiger, we have leopard, we have this cheetah, we have snow leopard, we have lion, etc. Though they are considered as big cats. So if we look at this question, how many of them are correct? First is saying African Asiatic cheetah are found nowhere in the world. Second is saying African cheetah has been brought in India from equatorial countries of Africa. Third is saying among the big cats, the roar of cheetah is loudest. So which of them is correct? How many statements are correct? A option, B option, A. Okay. D option also. So can you tell me which one statement is correct? If you are giving option A, which one is correct? See, we have just seen that Asiatic cheetah, they are found in Iran. They are found in Iran. So this one is incorrect. If we have seen the Asiatic cheetah, they are found in Iran. So this option is correct. Sorry, incorrect. Second is saying African cheetah has been brought in India from equatorial countries of Africa. This is also incorrect. It has been brought from the southern portions of Africa. Southern Africa. See, there is a reason why many of the cheetahs in India have not been able to survive. There is a reason behind this. You know that in India, the summer season, if we talk about India, in India, the summer season is going to be there from the time of, let us say, April to, let us say, August. Although this is rainy season also, to April to June. Let us consider this April to June. Okay. In the southern African region, this April to June is the time of winter. This is the time of winter in the southern African region. Means when we talk about the southern portions of Africa, not South Africa, the southern countries of Africa. The southern countries of Africa like Namibia, Botswana and other regions. So they are going to have the winter in the present times. So normally what happens that the cheetahs, they have this adaptation that during this April to June period, they are having extra fur on their body. The African cheetahs which have been brought from the south portions of Africa, the southern portions of the continent Africa, during the time of April to June, they are developing extra fur. They are going to have extra fur on their body. Why? Because they are accustomed to this portion of South Africa. They have adapted according to the climate of the southern countries of Africa. So in this summertime, they get this extra fur. So for them, survival in India becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge for them because in India, this is the time of peak summer. So then they are experiencing this huge discomfort in surviving, and many of them are also dead because of this region. Okay. So this is one part. Among the big cat, the roar of cheetah is loudest. No, cheetah is not roaring that much loud. In fact, there is no such roar. The lion has the loudest roar. Okay. The lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away also. Okay. So lion has the loudest roar in among all the big cats. In fact, cheetahs are the silent ones. Okay. So the third option is incorrect. Answer is D option, none of them. Okay. So cheetah is the more silent one. It is having that speed. Lion is having that terrific roar. Like up to 5 miles also it can be heard. That is the roar of lion. Okay. So this is one part. Now, coming to one last thing, there is one thing called as crop estimation using crop. So basically what we see that crop here stands for comprehensive. Crop here stands for comprehensive remote sensing. Comprehensive remote sensing observation. Comprehensive remote sensing observation on crop progress. So the full form of crop is comprehensive remote observation on crop progress. Okay. Comprehensive remote sensing observation on crop progress. That is the full form of crop here. So crop is this automatic system, a semi-automatic system. This is a semi-automatic system. Semi-automatic system. And what is the role? What is the role of this? This crop system is estimating the amount of production. It is estimating, it can estimate net sown area, production, diseases, loss of crop. So these things can be sensed using the crop. So it enables the ISRO to give a correct prediction about the crop production within India, that how much crop is being produced in India and how much is not. Okay. So ISRO is using this crop system, and under this crop system, what we see that like it has given different data. This data is not important, you don't have to memorize this, but just to show you that it has estimated that total wheat production in 8 major wheat growing states, it is going to be this much million ton by March 31, 2025. And it also matches to the value of Ministry of Agricultural data. It matches with the prediction of data of Ministry of Agriculture also, at how much production may be there in these states. Okay. So what we see that now we are using this remote sensing to estimate the crop production also. Okay. So we have certain categories of satellites. Like if you look at this, we have got some categories. For example, we have one thing called as Earth observation satellites. So they can see land, crop, weather, ocean, and they are known by Cartosat, Oceansat, ResourceSat, etc. We have the communication satellites. Here we have GSat, INSAT, etc. Then we have the navigation satellites like the IRNSS system. So they are the 3 categories of satellites which are very common. Then we have scientific also, like research, planetary, etc., Chandrayaan and all. Technology demonstration, we just want to check new technologies. So these are the options. And then military or strategics are also there. Okay. So we have different type of satellites with different purpose. This one is the most common Earth observation satellite. Okay. तो once upon a time UPSC has asked this one question on this: in which of the following activities are Indian remote sensing satellites used? So this was one question in 2015. Just look at this. Can you answer it now? Assessment of crop productivity, locating groundwater resources, mineral exploration, telecommunication, and traffic studies. So what can be the possible answer for this? This is question number 7. Like, where we can use the remote sensing satellites, for what purposes it can be used? A option. Okay. Anyone else? What can be the possible usage of this? First is saying assessment of crop productivity. We have just seen the remote sensing satellites, they can be used for this purpose. Second is saying locating groundwater resources. This can also be done. Mineral exploration, this can also be done. But remote sensing will not be used for telecommunication. It will not be used for telecommunication. See this one part. The Earth observation satellites, they are basically remote sensing. They are basically your remote sensing. They are the remote sensing satellites: land, crop, weather, ocean. So here we have Cartosat, OceanSat, ResourceSat. So these are the ones which are remote sensing. It is generally there in lower Earth orbit. The communication satellites are generally in the geostationary orbit. Geostationary orbit. So this is one part, that is communication. Okay. So what we see here, that telecommunication cannot use remote sensing. So this fourth option is incorrect. And if you just use this one option, so you can eliminate option B, option D. So then you have this A as the option 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So D option will not be correct here. Telecommunication is not by the remote sensing. Telecommunication satellites are different. So IRNSS or this remote sensing satellites, they can be used for these purposes, not for telecommunication. Okay. So these are the topics. One last question for you. This is one last question for you. You can mention its answer in the comment box, that what are the key benefits of space technology for common people? Means for people like you and me, what can be the possible benefits? So even if you write the keywords, that is also fine. And then one last question. Why civil services? So think about this overnight. And then answer that in comment box. Why do you want to become a civil servant? Okay. So that is the most important question for today. Why you have decided to become a civil servant? Okay. तो जस्ट लुक एट दिस पार्ट. पढ़ा हुआ टॉपिक एक हफ्ते नहीं पढ़ने पर क्यों भूल जाते हैं? बिकॉज यू हैव जस्ट रिवाइज्ड इट. मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि व्हेन यू आर रिवाइजिंग व्हेन यू आर जस्ट रीडिंग इट, ट्राई टू राइट इट डाउन ऑल्सो. जब आप उसको लिखोगे तब आपको याद भी रहेगा. तो ट्राई टू राइट देम 1, 2 और 3 टाइम्स. तो 1, 2, 3 बार उसको आप लिखने की कोशिश करो. When you are trying to write it down without even seeing your copy, तब आपको वो याद होगा. You are reading the topics, you are not making them your own. अगर आप उसको सिर्फ पढ़ोगे तो वो आपका नहीं होगा. You have to internalize that topic. Means आपको उससे वैसे ही कनेक्ट होना होगा. जैसे कि आप किसी मूवी से कनेक्ट होते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर वॉचिंग एनी मूवी, आपको देखा होगा कि आप जब भी कोई मूवी को देखते हो तो यू थिंक अबाउट इट, और फिर वो आपके पार्ट का आ जाता है हिस्सा. मीन्स तब आप उसको इंटरनलाइज करते हो. तो when you are seeing something, when you are reading something, try to internalize that, try to think about that. जब आप किसी टॉपिक के बारे में सोचना स्टार्ट करोगे, when you will start taking interest in that topic, कि चलो स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी तो हमने बहुत पढ़ा है, how this is going to help the common people. जिस दिन आप इस पे सोचना स्टार्ट करोगे, then answer writing will become quite easy. मैं आपको कुछ ऐसे ही क्वेश्चंस देता हूं. I will try to give you these thought provoking questions only. ठीक है, जिससे आप सोचो कि हाँ क्या क्या पॉसिबल हो सकता है. तो try to internalize these things. जब आप internalize करोगे तो then only you will be able to recall it for a longer period of time. Okay. So that will be all for today. Let's meet in tomorrow's session and then we will discuss the remaining things. Thank you so much. Take care.